you know.
So your classic Philly soul going on, your classic soul, huh?
Man, that classic soul, man, with that good harmonies and of course, man, that Parliament Funkadelic. You had to get that deep-rooted funk inside, you know. So yeah, we just been doing it like that, man. So I've been trying to get my stuff out there, so now I'm at a point to where I can get my music out there to the world. So that's where I'm at. So here we go. Let's do it.
Oh, sweet. So, Palence, tell us, back in the day you started getting into bands and groups. I met you a long time ago. We always got along. All of us always got along because we all had the same motive in mind to do some awesome things with our music. Let's go back on some of the bands. One of the first bands that you started with, let us know about the first band you started with and what you did and how you felt in that first band. Were you sure of yourself, or you were just getting out there and just putting out all you had?
Well, I'm pretty much sure of myself, but started out, we had a band, Cosmic Energy, with Kenny Mosley and Jerome Adams and Ramon and Grover and Benji Roberts. And Kenny's mom, Rose Mosley, she made sure that we were ready for the music world. She trained us and she honed our skills. She gave us our work ethic that we still have today.
And Kenny Mosley, you know where he's at. He's out in Japan at this point.
He's the man out there in Japan, drumming it up.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Yes.
And we still love, they were called the Mellow Moods, in case anybody out there remembers the Mellow Moods. One very good, it was called a definite band on showmanship, delivery of music with good hard pumping horn section. Everybody in there knew what they wanted to do. There was one in the Mellow Moods. I always talked to him. He used to always come with this briefcase. Do you remember his name? Michael Johnson.
Oh, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson used to always come down to the studio with his briefcase, and he used to come to me and say, "Okay, Henry, here's what we want." And I go, "Okay, is that what you want?" I used to get a kick out of Michael. He was so presentable with the way he, talked to me. He was, always so businesslike and professional. I really liked dealing with him because he did it right. And Michael Johnson, I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I think it's been over 5 or 6 years since I've seen him. But I know that he's been out and about doing things. Have you seen him anywhere?
No, I haven't seen him. I've been just, I've been back in Denver for a few years. I lived out in California in the 80s. And because I left Denver and I moved to California and did a lot of ghost vocals for a lot of people out there. I just go in and sing my tracks and get my money and I'd be on my way.
There you go.
Because they called me one take out there because I could go in and they give me my part, I'd sing it, I'd be on my way. So I did that and I came back to Denver and I've been back here for a while and I tried my hand at culinary. I'm an executive chef, retired, because my mom didn't want no starving musicians, so I went to culinary school.
And that's something that really appealed to me when you start talking all this good food. I seen that you made a post up on Facebook with all this good chili you made. Kind of give us that recipe real quick so everybody will know what to make in this cold weather. I said, "Damn, Palence, look at that."
It's perfect comfort food for right now.
Oh, heck
yes.
Yeah, and then you'll play all the good music, Jesse, and you get that cuddle going, and then get up and eat.
Start the fire, get your hot chocolate, and we're good.
Oh, don't forget about your hot honey.
And your hot honey, yeah.
Yeah, Palence, tell us about that recipe real quick, and then we'll get back to the music part.
Well, that was my 3-meat chili that I made. It was with pork, beef, and chicken, and just put it all together, man, with some jalapenos and some habaneros and some tomatoes and some love, and I made some blue corn molasses cornbread.
Oh yeah, when I could almost smell that. I was like, is this scratch and sniff on that Facebook? Come on, give me some of that.
Man.
That really
like
sounded good.
Man. Cooking is kind of like music. You just get together, man, and get your ingredients, and when you get done, you got you a song. Only this one you can eat.
We're brought to you by UHS World Communications, and we're a streaming internet broadcast station, both audio and video. Right now we're doing simulcast between radio and TV, so you can go into our website, www.kuhsdenver.com, and see the stream with Palence, you want to say a shout out to anybody that's listening? You're welcome to say a shout out to anybody.
Yeah, I want to say a shout out to all my homies that's playing music out there in Denver. I want to employ all you guys to do your originals. Let's make a name for Denver. Let's put Denver on the map.
And let's start doing a call out. We're going to call all these bands coming in. We're going to call them out and say, okay, it's time to start stepping up. And so we're also going to do shout outs to, Jesse, you know all the cities that we have to do shout outs to, if you can remember it. Let's do shout outs to all the cities. Also across the pond, we've got to do a few shout outs out that way. We know we're going to have to do some for Such in the UK. She's big in the UK, so go ahead and do a few shout outs for us.
Yeah, we got people listening all the way in Florida. We got people listening in Chicago, New York, Las Vegas, Southern Cal, Northern Cal, Texas, and of course here in Colorado. So we're just spread out all over the nation, and we thank everyone for listening and tuning in to KUHS.
Oh, that's sweet. You know, it's nice to be able to do this kind of thing. We didn't think it'd take off like a rocket. And I told Jesse it took off so fast that I forgot to get in the rocket. I'm just hanging on for dear life. It's such a fun thing to do. So Palence, we're going to throw on some of your music, and we want everybody to hear some of Palence's music. It's get down jams. I mean, it's stuff that you want to hear from a Denver group or a Denver individual that is putting out some music. So let this be something that you want to start doing too. If you want to listen to Palence, he's got this number 12 song. What's the name of it, Palence? What is this song?
The song is called W5. It's called Who, What, When, Where, Why.
And that's true. Who, what, when, where, and why here on KUHS Radio TV. Let's get busy. Okay, we're streaming live still here in the studio. It's nice to be here with Palence, and he's still talking, and we're going to let everybody listen to this song. So if you got your streamer on, make sure and check this song out. It's really a good song.
Who, what, when, where, why.
And you got to ask
you.
yourself that all the time. It's really interesting to see this kind of thing. It's happening in Denver, everybody, so let this be something for you to consider getting into your own music and listening to this. So you can hear that song playing in the background. That is some good jamming music, so it's awesome music. So you got to make sure that when you listen to this music, it's Palence that you're listening to. So what do you think, Jesse?
On? And you're doing lead vocals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing all the vocals, doing the drum tracks. I recorded this song with Eddie Coleman Jr.
Eddie Coleman Jr.
out of California.
And you recorded this in California?
Yeah, I recorded this song in California.
Now, when you came back to Denver, did you see that the music scene was booming here when you got back, or trying to be reinvented, or did you see any difference?
Not really.
No?
Not really. No, because when I went out to California, I dealt with everybody. I dealt with did originals. It's all about originals. All about originals. You really can't prosper if you're playing covers. You can make money, but you really can't prosper in the music business if you're playing someone else's song. You have to get out there and you have to play your own music.
Original music, that's where it's at.
You have to dare to play your own music because God gave you the gift to make music. So if you can learn someone else's song, you can learn your own song.
Like that, huh? Just touch on that when we get back on the air, okay? Voice kind of sounds like George Benson, some Lenny Williams,
Right.
Sounds good, really good.
It's really interesting too that we're able to stream live video and stream also the audio, which is you're listening to his song right now. Palence, let's let all our audience know out there. Doing this kind of music takes a lot of work and dedication. Kind of give your audience out there an encouragement. What it takes, determination. What does it take to get this music out there?
First, it takes the will to just get up and just do it. Just because music is in your heart, in your mind. Just let it go. Just create, and don't be afraid to put it out there. If you can go out there and you can play car wash, and you can play your own song. You know, God gave you your own song, so play your own song. Wouldn't it be nice to go somewhere and hear a band playing your song?
That's right. And see, that's what we're trying to encourage here, and especially coming with this medium that we have available to everybody. We have the ability to stream it for you, so you can be live on the air here, or you can be streamed all over the world and go independent. So your music will get heard by everybody. You'll be putting it up on YouTube. You'll be putting it up on, you've got iTunes, you've got Pandora, you've got all the other outlets, but you're going to get lost in the shuffle. For this medium right here with KUHSdenver.com, we're going to get you out there directly because people are listening to us. They want to know, who is that playing that awesome song? Well, that's Palence. So with that said, we're going to go back to the streamer of audio only, which is our radio, and continue on talking to Palence about what he's doing. See you in a bit.
How about that one for you? Who, what, when, where, and why by Mr. Palence Bradshaw. That was a good song, man. We're over here jamming to it, you know?
Oh, now that's some good music, like I was telling you.
Good original music,
yeah,
you know,
like
what we were just talking about.
Yeah, and you were playing one of the other, it's
Lonnie Hill.
You got Lonnie Hill on there, and you played his music as if, this is what's up. He's here from Denver. Now you're going to be playing Palence's music.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's what's up from Denver. And so it's like, God, who is that playing? And I'll ask that question. And we're going to be announcing that last song was Who, What, When, and Where by Palence. So, Palence Bradshaw is coming out with some new music, and he's doing a good thing by leading the way and showing everybody that this could be done, and everybody will enjoy the music that he's putting out. You want to make sure when you put out good new music that you do a good job at it, so that way when you deliver it, everybody enjoys it. It's a hit. If you don't spend much time on it, you just knock it out there, and you'll know that people aren't really digging it. You'll know that that's not a very good song. So you got to be careful when you mix your music. You got to know how to mix it. You got to have the ear for it. Of course, Palence has been around a long time. Now we go back a long ways, Palence.
Long time.
Back to when we were teenagers. I mean, we were giving it hell. I mean,
we was working it out.
We was
Sure.
up and down the streets of Denver in all the clubs and all the events, all the special events, the dances. We had a good time, going to all the different things. And you were in a lot of good groups, and you've been around a lot of musicians. Let's talk about the musicianship here in Denver. The quality of there's a lot of individuals in Denver that have quality musicianship.
Yes.
And so
yes.
I needed to ask you this question. When you go about picking your musicians to do a show, let's pick Jazz at Jack's. That's one that I always see you picking I always see the musicians in your group. Can you name us some of the musicians that you pick them for a reason to go play with you? Because
I call my guys the all-stars because we have some very, very talented musicians here. I like Daryl Woolfolk, Jerome Adams, Dewey Adams, Ramon Williams, Skip Lynch. Oh, I could
now
just
Skippy
go.
Lynch, he's
Oh,
a
man,
brother
you could just
too.
go on and on.
He's a brother too, right?
That's Cheryl Renee.
Cheryl Renee, she's my lady. I hope you're
That's
listening, Cheryl, out there in Atlanta.
That's the Lynch mob.
And I always try to encourage her. She wants to quit the business. She says, I'm tired of trying to get somewhere where I can't get. And I tell her, well, it's going to happen for you. You never know when it happens. Sometimes it happens late for other individuals. Sometimes it happens right away. But Skippy Lynch is one heck of a drummer. He'll take your dynamics and put them right where they're supposed to be, right when you're cutting the song. And for you, Palence, when you have him back there as your heartbeat and you're up front, do you worry about him back there? Hell no.
No, I don't worry about none of them guys.
No,
that's why I call them the all-stars.
Yeah, let's say, let's get busy. Now you can see Palence's All-Stars up on www.kuhsdenver.com at any given time. We have him up there with his All-Stars. They're not all the same. Sometimes he has to substitute. Of course, that's the key to the musicians in Denver. They're playing other gigs. But when he substitutes, who do you go with?
I go with the best available guy.
Mm-hmm. Now, using women, now you said guy. Have you used the ladies of Denver to come out and assist with some of your background vocals or leads or whatever
Well,
you
sometimes not live, not so far. There's a couple I have my eye on that I want to use, but right now I'm doing my fourth album, and I'm using some guest artists, and I'm using a young lady named Lynn Davis. She's playing some keyboard parts for me. So y'all listen out for her. She's doing some great things with me. And Brian Gordon, he did a guest shot on the bass for me. Ramon Williams did some guest work. I have 2 more songs to go on my latest project, so you never know who I'm going to get to come in and do some work with me. So
Now, Palence, we've got your album up here that you want us to play some of the music on. Now, do you have another one for us to pick? Because we want to just keep throwing some good music out at you on our streamer.
yes, we're gonna
audio-wise.
We're gonna go with number 6. Keep the little party mood going. This song's called Flavor because I like flavor.
Okay, the party's on, everybody. So we're gonna
Party's
let you.
on.
You're gonna let you hear the streamer if you're on your app on your phone. This is coming out on your app via audio. If you're on our website, you will have to turn off, or you can keep your video running. Just turn it down and crank up your music. Let it blast. And the party's on. There you go on KUHS TV. So here we are still in the studio with Palence. I hope you're listening to this song, The Party's On. Palence wrote this song, and boy, is it a true to life party on song. Very, very nice. And I hope you enjoy it. So sit back, listen while we stream both audio and video via KUHS radio and TV. It's been a fun time doing this. What do you have to say about this, Jesse?
I'm digging it. I'm digging every minute of it, you know.
You're having a good time. Don't forget about that show this weekend, too. You got that show that you're going to be doing?
This weekend, next Friday, November 21st, we got Tierra coming to town at Castleman's. I'll be opening up the show, so come on out and check me out.
What I hear? You're going to be opening up the show? Whoa.
Opening up the show. I'm going to be playing some music. You know what I mean.
He's going to be throwing down your old
You
school,
know,
Jesse. You're
absolutely.
frightening me. You're just going everywhere.
I tried.
Judas Priest.
So make sure you check that out November 21st at Castleman's. Go to www.kuhsdenver.com for information on that. So that's going to be a good gig going down.
Oh, sweet. Now, opening up the show, what kind of music are you going to be doing there?
You know, the basic old school get down party music.
Now.
Especially our Chicano soul.
Okay, now you're going to be doing that. Will you throw any Lonnie-O? Will you throw any Palence up there just for grins?
We'll throw some
them
of it
down.
out
Just
there,
say, hey,
you know, and
check this out. Been on our radio. Check us out.
It
And
fits.
don't forget, it fits.
It
right
fits
in
the
there.
genres, you know. So we'll definitely get down.
Say have some fun because some of that dance tune we heard earlier, that was sweet.
That was a good one.
That was very, very good. Now, don't forget, Palence is doing a lot of this original music. He's got, how many albums you got, Palence?
this is my 4th album. I've been writing songs for a long time. I came up, you know, like I said, I came up as a drummer. And I came up with so many good musicians that I really didn't have to play any instruments because I could just go, hey man, come do this for me,
Play
come do that
this,
for
yeah.
me. But as time went on, and I wanted to get into writing the songs that were in my head, I had to learn how to play different instruments. So right now I play like 4, 5 different instruments. I can only play my own songs, but that's all that really matters to me.
What's your key instrument there, Palence? What do you like playing the most?
I like playing the drums.
Yes, yeah, I knew you was a drummer. Yes,
Yeah, I like playing the drums.
Doing those radamacus, those flim flams, those paradiddles, some
I
socks,
like the beat.
and just double beats on the bass.
You really are the beat with the drums.
I like
you know,
the beat.
So.
But then I came up with such good drummers with Kenny Mosley.
Oh, geez, he's a
Daryl
monster.
Woolfolk.
Man. Oh, another monster.
Eddie
Who
Boom
is that?
Boom
Daryl-
Washington.
Yeah, oh my God, Daryl Woolfolk. He's
yeah.
always going out of town with who?
Man. He's the foot. He's the foot.
Yeah, Daryl Woolfolk's always playing with who?
Everybody.
No, but he goes out to play with
With Gladys.
Gladys Knight.
Yeah.
Now, that's
Gladys
one thing
Knight.
we
He
want
plays
to mention.
Wow.
If
Now
want
he's playing
to play
with
good,
Palence
you get
here.
in.
I mean, Jesus Christ, that kind of says something about that. So you hear the quality of musicians that are here in Denver. Palence is on the top with the rest of them, so you make sure and check out Palence. We're promoting him quite a bit. You know, me and Palence always talk. He says, "Henry, come on, I need some management going here. Come on, get me going." So I says, "Well, I've got the tool now, so we're going to get you going real good."
We're gonna get it going. We're gonna
I'm
get you
ready.
played.
We're going to get you played quite a bit.
They put me out there, I will deliver.
There you
See,
go.
that's the key. Deliver.
I will deliver.
Deliver the goods. With that said, we're going to get back off into the streamer of the radio and keep talking to Palence here on some of his things that he's still doing. Back to the streamer. Yeah, Palence, let's go back. You know, we were sitting in the studio the other day, and we had an in-depth personal talk between you and I. You were talking about your mom, and you were just cracking me up with some of the cool things you were saying about the things your mom would say. I mean, come on, let's go over that. I mean, that was some fun stuff. It's like I said, you've got to tell all your audience these things.
My mom, she was something else. She was something else. And most of the guys that I grew up with and played music with, they all know my mom. She's told them some of those same things about, you know, how you never give up, because tomorrow might be your day. So if you quit today, Henry, and then here comes success.
We talked about that.
You know,
and I
here
said,
comes
oh man,
success.
there it was. I'm done.
Oh, we're looking for Henry. Oh, he quit yesterday.
Yes, yes. I was telling you the other day, I'm in the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to win the game. You know, it's like, good God,
it's almost a 2-minute warning.
I've been on a 40-year hiatus here, and I said, okay, what am I going to do next? Now,
you're on first and goal, bro.
Yeah, first and goal, but can I get it across that?
But
I got Jesse. To Palence, I got Jesse. I got Lenny. I've got everybody here.
We keep him young.
Oh yeah. So I have a fun time with our executive producers in here, and you know they always screaming at me, that doesn't work. Okay, that doesn't work. We're gonna make it work. So Palence, let's get back to some of these songs that you're doing. You've got a couple of, I mean, all these songs that I was listening to. Looks like you redid some of them. You know, some are still in the original form. What's another good song that you really are fond of playing and listening to? Because your fans want to hear this stuff.
I want to do song number 3. Song number 3 is kind of special to me. A couple years ago, I had some medical problems and I almost died. I had to teach myself how to sing again. But before that happened, I have this 5-octave voice. So I'm working back to get that 5-octave voice. I'm up to 3.5. But we're gonna play this song. It's called "Dream About You." And anybody remember the show? Remember the show Fame?
Oh yeah.
Remember Irene Cara?
I used to love
remember
that.
Irene
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm in the studio in California, and my buddy Eddie, we write this song, "Dream About You." So he comes in with Irene Cara, and she's standing on the other side of the double pane glass window. Oh, I brought somebody who want to hear you sing this song. It's Irene. It's Irene.
Okay, let's do this.
And here we go. So I got to sing it one take.
One take. You got to do this song.
So this song right here was one take.
Sweet. So we get to hear this song, and the title is?
It's "Dream About You."
"Dream About You" by Palence, right? So Palence, let's get busy with it. We're going to go back to your video streamer and listen to the audio.
Now, do you ever do covers? Do you ever on
Yeah, I
live
do.
shows?
Well, you know, if you play in Denver, man, you got to do.
You got it, because that's what everyone's used to.
But I don't like them. Only because if I go out and say I sing a cover song and I jam on it, when they go home, they're gonna get that song that I jammed on out of their
by the
record
original
collection.
artist.
Yeah, because they can't look in their stack and say, well, let me listen to some Palence, unless I sing some Palence and I make my music available for them to have.
Now on this song, who's the bass player?
On this song, this guy named Steve. He played it keyboard bass.
And this is a one-take?
A one-take vocal, yes.
Wow. And you're just getting right in there and doing it.
I only sang this song 4 times.
Now, what part of California was this done? I mean, you said...
We sang, I recorded this song in Pasadena.
Pasadena, California.
Now, is this your 3rd octave?
This is...
Or are you all the way up?
No, not all the way up. So this is probably about third and a half, 4.
Now, back in the day, Irene Cara had a couple of hits, or one, I think she was 1 or 2, 3 hits, but she had one back in the day. What was that?
I can't remember.
I can't remember that either, but I remember when she came out, everybody was grooving to it. It was back in the disco sound.
Right. All I know, man, is she smelled like baby cotton. And she was so pretty. And she was just standing there, just staring at me.
She was mesmerized with you. I mean, you have the aura of, Irene Cara. No, you have the aura,
Goodness
and
gracious.
you know, Palence, you command that. When you walk into a room, there's a lot of individuals who walk into a room. They carry themselves in such a way where they carry aura with them. They light up the room, and you have that. So, some people you'll feel when they walk in a room, it almost sinks because they're down or they're not bringing in warmth.
Right.
Especially when you play music, you got to leave everything behind. Your bad feelings, and you argued with your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, and you can't get up on stage and deliver a really good sound because the feelings are not within you. You ever come across that?
You know, sometimes, man, sometimes.
Sometimes you don't feel right, you know. You
Yeah,
say,
sometimes. But you can't, like you say, you can't let it show, you know. You have to always have that positive.
a good positive
Because
feel.
you
Yeah.
never know, man, who's in the audience that you have to help. Because
And that-
every show you do, there's somebody that
just-
you have to help.
And it just feels so good to them that, God, you made me feel so good with just
You
the way
touch
you
'em,
sang.
man.
hmm Now, have you ever ran into situations to where you had it all planned out? You're going to do a gig. All your boys, everybody's there. Somebody is not showing up. Are you able to substitute? Like, let's say Skippy says, "Dude, I'm out here and I got a flat tire. I don't have a spare. I'm going to be an hour late." Can you substitute? Can you acapella? Can you redirect that whole unit of yours to do something for an hour?
Oh, yeah, because the show must go on.
The show must go on, and
The show gotta
you've
go
got to
on.
think quickly on how you can get it sounding
Yeah.
good quickly and get
You
up
got
there.
to
And
think
just...
on the cuff.
You always got to, what do you say?
Be prepared.
The stage is not like studio. You don't get no second take.
Yeah, I know.
Hope for the best, but expect the worst.
Everybody's like just staring at you, like,
Yeah,
"What
right.
up? What is this?" You
You
know.
don't get no second take. You gotta work it out.
There was a point in time, you know, when this band, they didn't have all their people there, but they had the horn section and about 3 of the people. They'd come out. They couldn't figure out what to do because they were waiting on the other guys, and the other guys went somewhere to go get something at the liquor store, and they didn't come back.
Oh,
They got
my
stopped by the
goodness.
police, and so the police had them hanging out. So they came in there blowing their horns and acting, just putting on a show, just tooting away, you know, and just clapping their hands, let's party, let's dance, let's sing, and just making it up as they go.
Right.
And they kept it going for a good 10 minutes or 15 minutes till the other guys showed up. I remember they did that, and I was laughing. Jesus. It worked.
So that's showmanship.
Yeah, that's showmanship. They pulled it off, and everybody loved them, and they started doing it all the time, just as part of as their show. Now, with that said, let's get back to the streamer of audio on our radio station, www.kuhsdenver.com, and we'll leave the audio playing a little bit for you, and then we'll get back to the video in a bit. Let's talk to Palence some more.
And I'll tell you what, Palence, I'll put you up there with Philip Bailey and all those other guys who could sing high like that. That was a good song
That
right
was
there.
really sweet, wasn't it? I mean, that's what I was telling you, Jesse. I said, Palence has just baffled me with all the stuff that he's brought here. You know, it's like
Absolutely. In one take. He did that in one take.
one take. Irene Cara out there in California, the West Coast side. I don't know why you didn't do it here in Denver. What's up with Palence? Go out there on the West Coast.
I was
got
living
that
out there in
You know
Cali.
what it was? It was down to sea level, so his throat was feeling good. He wasn't feeling mile higher. He couldn't breathe and nothing. Oh,
The humidity helped moisturizes.
I recorded that song in 1984.
Oh, that looks like to me the sound still fits the day of 2014. See, the thing about old school jams, Jesse does a lot of old school jams, but why does everybody still love these old school jams? Well, Jesse, give us a take why they still love old school jams, because of the technique, some of the beats, the
Absolutely,
sound.
the harmonies, the vocals, the lyrics. I mean, you know, the lyrics now in rap music, I mean, they're the same, but they're in a different form. You know, back then people talked about love, and they talked about love. You know, and I think that's why, you know, old school music will always stay alive, because people grew up on that, people know that, and you know, they appreciate that.
And you know, Jesse, one of the reasons we got you in here because we admire you for what you bring to the table. You're a young individual playing old school music, and we like the fact that you would accent this radio station on its takeoff voyage, being a young individual doing old school music. And that's why we thought, hey, what a fit. Of course, you know, you got the haters out there. But anyway.
You know, like I said, I may be young, but you know, I know my old school music. That's
Wait, you
what
know
I
how to
grew up
drive
on.
this thing. You said, "Oh man, let me take over here. I'll drive this thing for you." You can't
work
see.
it out for you.
You can't see. I'll help you out. You know. So, Palence. So let's get down to some nitty gritty stuff here. Okay. So you kept going. You kept cut some of these songs. Now, when you develop a song, you say, "Okay, this is what I have in my mind." You were showing us a picture of a sweet little baby there, and you named a song after her, or you named the song, and
I
then the
wrote a
baby
song,
came to
and then
play.
they posted this picture of this baby on my Facebook, man. It was a trip.
It's a beautiful baby. Looks
Yeah,
like
just
a doll, you know.
Yeah, it looks like a doll with blue eyes.
You know, you told us
beautiful brown
your
skin.
lyrics, you know,
Yeah,
to that one song, and
it's
it,
like-
it fit perfect.
I thought,
Just the
wow,
lyrics.
this is ironic. See, so somebody brought you that beautiful baby. So
What were the lyrics again?
It's skin like the earth and eyes like the sky.
Yeah, and you know, this baby had beautiful blue eyes, and you know,
And
the skin.
beautiful brown
Yeah,
skin.
exactly. You
Gorgeous
know, and
baby, I bet.
it fit perfect.
It
So.
was something else, man.
Now this song, are we going to play this song, or do you want to play a different song?
Well, that song is going to be on my new upcoming album.
Oh, that's the new upcoming album, uh-huh.
But if we're going to play some more, I'm into love. So love
Oh,
is,
yes.
love
We're going
is
to
my
woe the
thing.
chicks. And Jesse loves to do this. This is a shout out to his girlfriend.
Okay.
I know you're listening, babe.
Yeah, and I know another thing too is what are all these texts you're getting here? I mean, no, just kidding, just
My
kidding.
phone's dead. Try.
Yeah, I tried something there. I was just
We're
doing.
gonna
just
do
having
number
fun.
11. Let's do
Number 11. We're
Number
gonna keep
11.
it in the cuddling mood, huh?
And this goes out to this is a shout out to Jesse's lady.
Miss Gabriella.
So Jesse's lady, if you keep loving him this way, just keep loving him this way.
There we go, from Palence himself.
Now we're
She
gonna
better keep loving me
we're gonna go to the video now portion of this, and so we're trying to embarrass
I
Jesse.
want
He
you guys to
didn't-
be more civil in there. Thank you.
Our producer's yelling at
Our
us.
producer is yelling at us, so we got to stay off of Jesse's case. He's turning red. He's coming unglued. He's overheating in here, so you know Jesse's cool like that. So we're having fun with him. Yeah, Jesse, you play a lot of the old school music too. You know, you
Mhm.
play the love jams.
It's what I grew up on, you know.
Now, when you play the love jams, you combine them. Do you when you mix them all together?
I try to mix them all together. Sometimes, like today, you know, I was doing just slow jam after slow jam after slow jam because it fit the mood today,
Right.
you know.
And so you crossfade them together, and the beat just keeps going on. Everybody's like,
Mhm.
"Yeah,
Sitting
that's
there,
I love
you
this
know,
music."
Picture yourself in front of a fire with a cup of hot chocolate, like I was saying, you know.
Working
it's
it
just
out.
Working it out.
Mhm.
So, you know.
So it's really nice to play old
See,
school
and old
jams.
school has some of the best love songs, too.
They
you know,
do,
with-
and they're singing
you know.
with their heart. Now, this
Absolutely.
song that Palence has on here, he said he loves the love jams. Now,
Mhm.
that goes to tell you about Palence himself. I mean, what he has in his heart for you for all these songs that he's bringing forward. Putting them on KUHS radio. We're the first. We're exclusive to be throwing them up on there.
Yep,
I'm
you're
not
hearing
sure if
it
he got them
first
played
right
anywhere.
here.
Yeah, anywhere else. If he's got them played anywhere else, but from around the world, if you're listening, this is Palence Bradshaw we're talking to. He's in the studio right now. Here on KUHS Radio, UHS Radio Communication World Network. That's World Network. And shout outs to, we know we're picking up, right now, we know we're picking up New York. We're picking up Atlanta. We're going to be picking up the UK for Sue Charles. Hopefully we actually spidered out that way to see if we'll pick up all that region, but I know they're up to 6 to 8 hours ahead of time, so they're kind of late in the day right now. It's almost 10 p.m. out there, so if they're listening, if they're cuddling up at home, depending on how cold it is out there, they're going to be
Depending,
listening. They're going to be listening to some of this.
Sue Charles will be coming up next,
Yeah,
so make
Sue
sure you stay
Charles.
tuned.
Yeah, Sue Charles is a breakout artist. We call them breakout artists because what are they doing? They're breaking out with all their new music, going independent, such as Palence Bradshaw here,
Yeah.
going independent with this.
And that's what we
beautiful
like about it. Like Palence said, you know, original music is where it's at. Right?
That's where it's at.
Now, what's cool about this whole thing, we're going to have Jesse and all the other DJs, they're going to be carrying this forward. As they put me out to pasture, they're going to carry all this out. They keep saying,
Setting
okay.
you up for retirement.
They're going to
every
set
this
me up for
time, man.
retirement. They said they're going to just, they're going to call the guys with the what they said.
The old folks home, man.
They're gonna buy me one of those white suits that makes me hug myself.
Keep the dream alive.
Yeah.
As long as we keep the dream alive, man, it don't matter.
And so we're having
Absolutely.
fun with this good music.
And like
Okay.
we told many other people, Palence, you yourself, you're making history with us. So
Yeah,
you know, we
I'm
appreciate
ready.
you being here. You know, like Henry said, this took off great. So you know, you're
And it's
just another
interesting.
stepping stone.
Yeah, Jesse, it's really interesting because, you know, before we knew it, I mean, we're doing all these interviews. Everybody's hitting us up. Oh, we know what you got. We know. You know, I mean, even Larry Dunn came up, you know, says, hey, well, I know what you got because we're going independent. We want to be up on the worldwide network too. Pressing a button, bam, you're around the world. And so he likes that too. So everybody's looking at this new medium for, you know, promoting their new songs like
Absolutely,
this one.
absolutely.
Such a beautiful song. I mean,
You know, shout out to Larry Dunn too. You know, you could hear his new album right here, KUHS Denver. I play some of his
Oh,
songs
you've been
all the
playing-
time.
oh,
you
you've
know.
been playing this
He's got a
one.
great version of Reasons where he does the lead vocals on the keyboard.
On the keyboard.
So
Oh,
make
man.
sure you keep hearing
I
it.
play that over and over
Yeah,
again. So.
yeah. So shout out to him for sure.
Oh, big time. You know, and then we're going to Arizona. We've got a lot of people out in Arizona that picked this up, and I really enjoyed that part of it. Arizona, New Mexico is big on us, and Jesse's the one who's bringing them in. So, and
Bring
this-
him
all-
in, Jess. Bring him in.
It's all
Yeah.
because of the Canciones de Domingo show. Sundays 10 to 1 o'clock, the best in New Mexico and Tejano music. That's what's getting us.
Seguro que
you know.
sí, se habla español. Y
Sí.
si quieres oír un domingo con Jesse, mira nomás. Ándale pues.
Ándale pues, órale.
So we're going to be finishing up this song and going to Palence and talking to him further. We're having a good time with him. I hope he's having a good time.
Having a great time.
This is interesting. Okay, let's move on to the streamer on the radio part and go simulcast. Those are some sweet harmonies, if I've ever heard any sweet harmonies. Now, you had vocalists in on it with you, unless you're doing
Oh yeah,
voiceovers.
I
or
do
whatever.
all my singing with Dwayne Lucas and my cousin Jeffrey Tolliver.
Oh, Judas Priest, that the harmonies were intense right there. I
Yeah,
heard
we
them right
sang
there at the
together.
end. It's just absolutely, just beautiful.
Yeah, especially with no music, you could really hear your voice come out, you know.
Yeah, when you have that
The
acapella
acapella version, yeah.
that acapella just coming through there at the very end, that just makes everybody it captivates people.
Put you in the mood for sure.
Ooh, yeah, like that fireplace, it's balanced.
Gotta keep it alive.
You know how they talk about what's the famous star who passed away? He had all the love songs, and they'd say put on
some Luther.
put on some Luther. You know
Put
what's
on
going to
some-
be? It's going to put on some Palence with you.
Put on some balance, yeah.
Put it on.
Yeah, so that's what it's going to be like. So all the ladies say put on Luther. That's always you hear that a lot.
Luther, not
Yeah.
Luther.
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 Luther. Put on some Luther.
Put on some Luther.
And some Palence, please, because Palence got some love songs for you. So remember, if you want to hear some of this stuff, you're welcome to hear it all on KUHS Radio Denver. You know, Jesse's been, throwing down some just awesome music, and he throws everybody in the mix. He does not leave anybody out. We've got Sue Charles up there jamming. We've got Harold Rapp, and we've got all the different saxophone players that. Tony Exum is up on there. We've got just a variety of all the different groups in town. We've got what's his name? We've got everybody.
We got everyone coming on board.
Yeah,
you know. We
everybody,
got
just too many.
Michael Chase Pittman from Chasing the Dream coming in
next week, yeah.
Yep, Tony Exum's going to be here. Our good friend Miss Vero.
Oh, Miss
Veronica
Vero is-
Gallegos, she's going to be here.
What's she going to be doing?
She's going to be, you know what? It's going to be after Thanksgiving, and so she's going to get us in the mood for the holiday season.
With?
She's going to bring some of her own holiday music, Christmas album, and we're going to be listening to that. So make sure you check that out, going down November 29th.
So we have a huge amount of, I think, a mountain of locals that are going to come on board, and we're going to just be putting them all over the world. And everybody, as they patch in, they're trying to say, wow, who was that? Who was this? Now, it's all the varieties of different things that we have coming through here. So, with the genres, to me, Denver has its own genre.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Palence Bradshaw here, which is really, really neat to have such an individual. So, Palence, we're going to pick one last song, and we've played already 4 good songs. We're going to pick one last song to go through, and then we're going to go ahead and I think we may have our next guest, depending on we want to talk to you just a little bit further, and then we'll go to our next guest.
Now, before we leave though, can you tell us where we could see Palence Bradshaw, or if you're
Well, actually at the KUHS studios.
at
or-
KUHS Studios,
Or you can see
absolutely.
him
you know.
live. You
Got
can
his
see him-
signature on the Wall of Fame, you know. So go check that out. So
Definitely
you know,
on the Wall of
yeah.
Fame.
Well, just pretty much listen out for me to be either at Jazz at Jack's or Casbah or somewhere around town.
Now the Cash Bar, I mean, everybody loves that place. Mr. Bowie Knight is
Yeah,
just
Sheldon Bownight.
Sheldon is just he is. I mean, I seen him on cable
He's a good business.
where they brought in Bar Rescue, and just cleaned the place up. And now he's got just awesome people like yourself coming through there, and there's a host of other people, regional as well as local. But to me, you guys, everybody here in Denver is showing their stuff. And it's like the regional comes in, you know, they're national acts, and then they see you guys, oh, wow, we got to like step up our game. This is too good.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and you know it. You're just like, nah, you ain't got nothing on us.
No.
I've been around the block 4 times. What are you
Now, speak
talking
about national and regional artists. Have you worked with some big names? You know, I know you have,
Yeah,
but
I've
just so
worked
everyone
with
knows,
some-
you know.
One of my good friends is Pitt Conley from Surface.
Oh wow.
Mm.
You know, Surf is gonna be coming to the Casbah soon. I heard,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, David, he lives here. David Pitt Conley, that's one of my homeboys.
Nice.
He's one of the best people I've known in music. I've worked with Alexander O'Neill. I've worked.
Happy birthday to him. It's his birthday today.
Yeah, Alexander.
Yeah.
See,
That's-
Jesse's.
that's
See,
one of
see
my
what I
guys.
say about Palence.
Yeah,
Palence,
that's my
Jesse.
guy.
He's
Alex is
like
my
a
guy.
wealth of
Special shout out to
information.
Mr. O'Neill. Happy birthday to him.
That's my guy. He's a hard working dude.
Can you call Stevie Wonder right now, too, Jesse? I mean, what the hell? You know, shit. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
I
you
saw
know,
that swear.
you
Oh,
see that,
damn.
man?
Regulated.
That's
figure
$1
out-
in the swear jar.
In the
Oh,
music business,
Jesus
though, we're
Christ.
all pretty much equals. You're either good or bad. Some got more money than the others, but they got some guys with some money that ain't that good.
That's what I'm
So-
talking about.
In music, you either good or you're not. So take it from me. So you guys out there in the music business, you can look forward to seeing Palence coming on stage before or after anybody in the business, because I got it like that. So I love y'all.
And Palence, you know, I've got to say this to you, Palence, it's been an honor and a pleasure to have you on board with us here at KUHSradio.com. We're going to do some station identification right now. Jesse, you can take it or I can take it. Go ahead. We're brought to you by G-Wiz Computers in Denver, Colorado. We're a UHS World Communication and Network company. We're on www.kuhsdenver.com. We're going to play another song by Palence, and we're going to say goodbye to him and end it with his song. Palence, I love you, man. You're
Hey,
all right.
I love
It's
you too, man.
beautiful to have you back here and these beautiful songs that you have.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yes.
man. We appreciate you coming in, Palence. You know it, bro.
Oh yeah.
So this last song, what is it called? What's the story behind
This
this?
song is called Be My Baby.
Be My Baby.
It's a song that I did with my buddy Dwayne Lucas for M3DW5 Productions.
Mhm.
So I try to put, you know, a song from my production company on all my records, and my
Mhm.
song W5. I put that on every song, every album that I do, because
Nice.
you know we got to find out a way. But anyway, back to Be My Baby. Ooh, I've been looking to get you, girl. So come on.
Another shout out to your lady. I mean,
Miss
wait,
Gabby, you
and
know.
we got to do a shout out to my lady out there too, because if not, I'm gonna get a beat down.
You'll get it worse
This is
than
a
me.
shout out to Miss Pearl out there. If you're listening in, lady, this goes to you because I don't want the beat down.
You know
Love
it.
song going your way.
Love song. Palence, we thank you very much for coming in today, and you know, if you want to hear more from Palence, make sure you listen to KUHS Denver on your TuneIn app or online.
If you want to catch this video, you can just log into KUHSdenver.com, see the rerun of this entire video. You may not be able to hear the music, but you can, you know, listen in on the video. So who do we have coming up next?
We got the one and only Such
Sue
coming
Charles in
Sue
the house.
Charles.
Is she in the studio? I hope she is because she was calling, texting. She was saying, I'm flying in over Jefferson County Airport. I'm almost there. So it's
Special
looking
limo
good.
pickup, you know.
Special limo pickup, everything. She says, where the hell am I going? But then she got here. She says, I like this place.
There we go.
So with that said, Palence,
Hey, right on, right on.
goodbye. So he's going to end it with this beautiful song. we're going to stay live with the video. We're going to bring in our next guest, Sue Charles next. You need to take a break there?
Yeah, I need to.
Take a bathroom break, everybody. We can't stop the video because if we stop the video, we stop the whole world.
We'll be back though.
Yeah, we'll be back.
You want to get the music ID? The music live ID? Yeah, wherever it's at. How are you?
He drives this all the time. How am I supposed to know where it's at? Oh, it's in here. Duh. Did you enjoy that?
That was fun, man. Real fun. I appreciate it.
That's sweet, isn't it? Charles. Hello, I'm glad you made it. How are you? Oh, I thought you were with her. Sorry. You can come in here and have a seat on the side and Palence will move over.
Okay.
What's up, my friend?
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
All right,
too.
pleasure. I like your album.
Thank you.
I like it a lot.
You've heard some stuff?
Yeah, you sent it for me to pick a song for you to do for a single.
Oh
Yeah, I like it. I gotta keep listening to it though. I think you should just go down the list. Because they're all good.
Right, I know it's so hard for me to.
I'm Jesse.
Such.
Nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet
Very
you.
nice to meet you.
We're still live.
Oh, that's right. We're still live right here on the main street. KUHS Denver. This is DJ Jess right here. I got the wonderful Miss Sue Charles Such sitting in with us right now, getting ready to go live on the air. How you doing?
I'm great.
Cold?
Yes.
Yes.
Cold?
Yeah, but I'm okay. I mean, you
No,
know.
where's he chipper?
No, it's-
I had it going the whole afternoon, so man.
No, we all had to go to the bathroom right now. We don't want to share that with everybody. But we just did. In the studio right now, we have Sue Charles, of course. We're going to talk to you a lot about her. She's got so much to say. We can't even keep up with her for how much things we have to say about what she's been doing in the last week. The lady has been everywhere. She was last night. Where was she at, Jesse? We know where she was at.
She was at, where were you at?
Dance Party Time Machine.
Dance party time.
Now,
Yes.
we're on video right now. You don't have to talk through that just yet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's your cameraman.
Yes, okay, I was on Dance Party Time Machine, which was at the Ogden Theater.
Ogden.
Yeah, we didn't know where.
So we knew about it last year.
We knew about it.
And where were you at before this? You were out in New York.
Yes, I was, yeah. Yeah, this week has been sort of busy.
Yeah, the ID's up there.
You were in New York City having
Yes.
a good old time.
At BB King's. It was
Then the other
wonderful.
thing that we were watching, that you were in Denver on Channel 31. Okay, so Sue Charles, Miss Charles, you were doing so many things. Like I said, you did so many things. We couldn't even keep up updating on Facebook and staying up with you because I was trying my best because we promote too.
Right.
Of course, we wanted to get our promotion out there. So, how do you keep up with your schedule?
Yeah, you keep up with yourself.
How do I keep up with myself? I guess it's just one of those things that when you're in the mix of it, you just do what you gotta do. And it's lots of fun. I try my best to be present in everything that I'm doing. So, you know, when I was in New York, I was focused on New York. And when I came back and did the stint on the Everyday Show on Fox 31, I was very present there. I think that really helps instead of like trying to like always look ahead, if that makes any sense. So
Now, one thing about now you went to the Fox, it's Fox 31?
mhm.
I noticed and I watched it and I said, okay, gee, give her some time. Now, we're going to give you some time here. That's the thing. We're going to shorten this up to 1/2 hour because with time constraints and scheduling, we're going to have to shorten this up to 30 minutes. So we're going to try to say as many things as we can about her. Okay, you got
Just
that?
in case for all y'all out there in Chicago and New Mexico and everything, it's snowing over here, so you know
Yes.
the weather's a factor right now as well.
So right now she had a tough time
Yeah.
getting here because I told her this is a live thing. She probably didn't know what to expect. She probably expected we're going to be in
Still
some little
doesn't.
basement with a little computer.
Oh no, this is cool. Cool.
And what we're doing here is we're launching this facility to highlight all the locals, such as
I
yourself,
love
Palence,
that.
everybody else,
Yeah.
and taking it worldwide with no hindrance. And we serve ourselves. We have our own server, our own softwares. We have everything to govern this, and so you can have the joy of having Sue Charles, such, in the studio.
Thank
Jesse, you have her sitting right next to you.
I do.
Judas,
I don't know what
great.
to do, man.
Yeah, you don't know what to do.
She's making me all red
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
And this has been fun. So we're going to get to the double streamer, our simulcast, and we're going to go to the radio part. So all those who have apps, if you're on your app, you can hear. Just make sure and turn that back on because you have to turn off your video. But we're simulcast. You're going to hear both.
Mhm.
You just can't hear all the music that we're going to play of Sue Charles because we're going to play a few of her tunes. Maybe one or two. We can't play too much because we want to hear what she's got to say. So let's get busy with the show.
Is it just under such? This one? This one? Those ones?
You're live with us, Such.
Hey.
Oh, nice to have you in the studio here.
Thank you for having me.
Good God Almighty! I mean, you weathered a blizzard out there, snowman, kids throwing snowballs at you. I'm
Right.
going to KUHS radio.
I'm going.
I'm going.
Right.
I said, Sue, Charles, Such, you're going to show up.
Yes.
Because we have, we have listeners around the world, and you probably didn't know that we did, but we do. New York City, we've got listeners in New York City.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, we've got listeners around the world. Now we're 8 hours out into the UK, so it's 10 p.m. out there.
Mhm.
So Jesse, let's do shout outs to our cities again. We have to say
Oh,
hello.
absolutely, absolutely.
And
We
let
got
them know who
people-
we have in the house.
Yes, absolutely. We got the incomparable Miss Sue Charles in the building with us, so we want to give a shout out to everyone listening in Chicago. We got people in New York, like Henry said, Florida, Las Vegas, Northern California, Southern California, New Mexico, Texas, all across the nation, and of course we got the beautiful people here in Colorado listening. We thank you all
We
so
got
much for listening.
one of the beautiful people in the
We
house.
have, yeah, absolutely.
Such. Now check it out. We've got her bio. Now I'm going to see if I can remember. Remember, you're going to put me out to pasture, but I can remember a lot of things. I'm good at that. Everybody says, how do you remember everything? You've got white hair. Okay, so check this out. Let's start out with her young childhood. Well, let's not go back that far, but let's start when she first started singing. Go ahead. Tell us about yourself, your true name. I mean, your stage name is Such, which is a beautiful name, Such. It has ring to it. Everybody can remember your
Yep.
name.
Thank
And
you.
that's what's got your promo going real good for you. There's lots of people who love you around the world, even in the UK. So we're hoping I spidered this stream out to the UK. Hopefully everybody's picking up on their Facebook page as they type keywords. You're going to come up,
Yeah.
and they can bring us right up. So hopefully, I mean,
Oh, I love
we can't
that.
say for sure that we nail them, but most of the time we can.
Mhm.
So let's start out with you. Go ahead and give us some bio on yourself.
Oh, okay. So when I started singing probably around 3 years old. My dad's a pastor, and so I grew up singing in church. And I mean, I probably had my first solo at the age of 7 in the children's choir. Once I started going to school, I joined choirs. I started playing the flute, and I would say that music is the one thing that I did consistently my whole life. When I was 15, I had the opportunity to be a part of a group called the Grammy High School Jazz Ensembles. I auditioned, and if you get in, then you get a 10-day, all expenses paid trip to LA. As
Wow.
a high school student, you get to perform in jazz clubs all over LA. You get to record an album, you perform at the Grammy nominee party, and then you get to go to the Grammys,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
So I got into the jazz choir, and it was absolutely incredible. And I remember when I came back, I was like, I could do this. I could be a musician. And so I did a whole PowerPoint presentation for my parents because I was the only one out of all the kids who went to the Grammy High School Jazz Ensembles who did not go to a performing arts high school. And so I was like, I'm going to go to performing arts high school. I did a PowerPoint presentation. I was like, I can do this. And so I did it, and they were like, oh no, baby. No, we love you and we support you, but music can be such a difficult thing to be successful in. You've got to have like a degree. So I went on, became a nurse.
This is the part
Yeah.
that is so interesting.
Yeah.
And I want to stop right here. Stop here. This, now I know she went, I always have to do my homework. I don't know why, and then I got to memorize it. You went to Haiti.
I did.
As a nurse. Now let's kind of move it up because we're cutting this, you wanted to cut it short. So, I want to, kind of talk a little about this because, that is touching right there about becoming a nurse, going to Haiti and traveling the world and going from such a country like ours down to Haiti after a devastating event like that, and you going down there and witnessing this. So that was a life-changing event.
It sure was. I'm Haitian American, so my parents immigrated here from Haiti in the 70s. Most of my family has moved either to the U.S. or Europe or somewhere, but I have some family that actually lived at the epicenter of the earthquake. And so going down there was absolutely life-changing. I think one of those things, when tragedy strikes, you start to prioritize and reprioritize your life. Things that were gray all of a sudden become very clear. And so just seeing the loss of life and devastation there made me realize that life is short and I needed to be doing what I always knew
And
I should be doing.
this is how
Yeah.
you said, I'm turning it over to singing and I'm going
Right.
to sing my heart out.
Yeah.
So, nobody listens anymore, but everybody, the problem has happened. Everybody's listening. Everybody's watching. And you're taking a turn with your singing, capabilities and doing some great things. And, I've been watching it. I always watch the breakout artists. I call them breakout artists. You probably don't know this about me. I've been in this business 40 years.
Wow.
40 years. And so, I watch a lot of these artists, and I always check them out, and then I kind of start talking to them, and then we go from there.
Right.
But, I've been around it a long, long time, so I've had the opportunity of promoting big name acts and doing
That's
all kinds of.
incredible.
Yeah, and a lot of
Incredible.
people don't know that about me, but I keep it on. I call it covert now. So I have a good time doing this. So with you now, let's move on. This is one area that I think is another interesting point on you, and doing back my homework, American Idol.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about this one
We sure
because
do.
American Idol, you look at that show, they've got their format of what they're wanting to do and where they want to take these individuals.
Right.
We want to watch Jennifer Hudson. Now, let me tell you something that, I'm just, I hope you don't get a big head, but you remind me of Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, wow. That's a huge compliment.
A big compliment.
I will take that.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Let
Yes.
me tell you, you are, you're a rocket right now. Stay inside of it. Don't get out. Like I launched this facility and then I didn't get in. It took off and we're can't keep up. And so I've got Jesse here. He's the young blood that's going to run with it and have some good time. So in the meantime, let's move on with American Idol. Tell us about that.
Oh, American Idol was awesome. I auditioned for season 11, and I just remember just being like for so long, everybody had been telling me, you need to audition for American Idol, and I was really reticent because I was afraid of being told no and what being told no would mean to me. Like if I looked at these successful artists and they said, no, you're not good enough to continue, I was afraid that would sort of crush my dream. But honestly, I had the exact opposite reaction. Like it was so much fun. I've made like lifelong friends from that. I know a lot of times on TV they show that all the contestants are super catty, but if you think about it,
now who was the judges?
Oh yes, so
You're
season
gonna
11.
talk about the
That's
judges.
right. The judges were Randy Jackson.
Oh, Judas Priest.
Yeah. J-Lo and Steven Tyler.
Did you get to meet everybody?
I sure did because I made it to the end of Hollywood Week.
Yeah, so we remember that one,
Yeah,
too.
so that was really, really fun. And I remember, because I got eliminated when they got rid of a whole room. And, the judges come in and, they have their sad faces on and they tell you, like, don't give up. And
Well, you know
blah,
why you got eliminated, though, don't you?
blah. Why?
Because we need you out here doing the real thing. Okay, so there
Yeah,
you go.
okay,
so
I'll
you're
take
hearing
that.
it from me.
I'll take
You know,
that,
so,
I'll take
no,
that.
that's for real.
Yeah.
Now check
yeah.
out how your career is going.
Yeah, it's awesome.
See,
I
it
mean,
took
the
off.
thing- the thing is, I believe that, with everything, you always have to do the groundwork regardless. Like, I don't think there's a shortcut. You know what I mean?
Never, not in this business.
Regardless. So you always have to build your thing from the ground up. And so I'm just excited to be able to do it. It's an exciting time.
So what do you think of that, Jesse? Judas Priest. I mean, there's so much more. I mean, you should see how much bio she's got. She's got
From a
tons
young girl
and
in a
tons.
choir to a nurse in Haiti to a contestant on season 11 American Idol, man, you're right. We ain't got enough time, man.
Wait, there's more.
Yeah,
There's more.
we're gonna have to do a
But
such
first,
part
let's
2.
let's do the #1 hit in the UK for all the UK listeners right now. Also in Arizona. She went out to Arizona to play a concert out there. We've got family in Arizona for the Arizonians out there. This is let's see, this goes out to Bianca in Corona, California, and I think she's listening right now. She was out in Arizona at a big wedding, and so let's dedicate this to her, Sugar Maple.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you have it. Now we're still streaming live via the internet. So we're taking her on a whole different ball of wax here than she's accustomed to.
And I hope y'all were listening to all that.
yeah,
I mean, I'm sitting here in awe right now.
Oh, please.
So, she says that stuff, but it's real. I mean, you get that much publicity and promo when you're moving around. You're always on Facebook doing some promo. That's the key.
Right.
Promotion is the key.
Mhm.
And you know that as well as I do. You keep hitting it. One thing that I noticed that you do, and it's really, really touching, is that you go and almost try to talk to everybody.
I really do.
And I noticed that. It's
I
like,
know.
what?
I know.
That's not a gimmick. That's touching
No.
everybody's heart.
Right.
And that's why they're loving you.
And I think, because I realize that really I'm nothing without people who actually support me. And that I know a lot of times, like, you look at one person, you think, oh, they did this by themselves, but they didn't. And the reason why I'm able to do this is because of every person who likes my post, or who comes to my shows, or who buys my music, or who interviews me. I mean, these are the people that help me do what I love. So yes, I will talk to every single person.
And she spends time. She starts up in the morning and goes to the
Right.
evening. She's walking around with the phone,
Right,
her eyes.
exactly.
Well, now, Jesse,
Exactly.
listen to this.
Right.
Remember when she does all this stuff? She's taking care of children too on top of it. While she makes them breakfast. Okay, check that out.
Talk about multitasking.
Oh, triple
Oh, man.
multitasking.
I
to
know.
the 4th degree, right?
Wow.
So this song right here, Sugar Maple, was pretty big in the UK. She was doing pretty well with it, and so she brought out this new album. And what's the new album entitled?
Trial and Error. Yeah.
Now, you named it Trial and Error for a
Mhm.
reason, and we're going to go back on to the radio portion. We've got to talk about Trial and Error. Even though we're talking on the video stream right now, we've got to say it over the, if we don't do it over the radio, they're not going to hear it if they're on the radio portion. In some parts of the world, we're not allowed to video stream, but we're allowed to audio stream, so that's why we're going to have to do it over the radio portion.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So with that said, tell us how you started Sugar Maple. What brought you to Sugar Maple? It's a different style. I mean, Sugar Maple.
Okay, so let me tell you about Sugar Maple. I think one of the coolest things about writing songs is that no two songs have been written the same way for me. Like, I know a lot of times people ask me, like, what's your method? I don't really have one. Sometimes I write songs from journal entries, or my producer will have a track and then I'll hear the track and things just start flowing. So with Sugar Maple, my producer had the whole track, and I had come up with a lot of things, but nothing felt like it was the right song. Like, it just wasn't clicking. And so I was getting really annoyed because I really liked the track, but I was like, this doesn't feel like what I was coming up with wasn't doing it justice. So then he was like, how about we do this? I'll put the track on a loop, I'll leave the room, and you just record whatever you want for 30 minutes. Right, just go to your heart's content.
And you were
I
probably
was like,
making some pancakes
Right.
and pouring your Sugar Maple. Oh, I got it.
So I was like, okay. So he left the room. I started, recording, had fun. He came back in and was going through it. And then he was like, oh my gosh, I love the part where you said Sugar Maple. And I looked at him and I said, I never said Sugar Maple. Like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, wait, Sugar Maple. So then I looked up,
Maple, there it
right, I
is.
looked up maple trees and I found out that the sap from sugar maple trees is what maple syrup is made from. So I was like, ooh, and the hook just came in, like sap from the
Got it,
sugar,
huh?
yeah.
Sap from the sugar.
Sap
Okay,
from
so
the
we're going to go
sugar.
back to the audio stream portion of this, which is radio. And if you're listening to that tune, that's a tune by Such, Sugar Maple.
Sugar maple.
Sugar Maple. So there you have it. What do you think, Sugar Maple? That's one of the hits that was out in the UK, right, Jesse? One of the hits that she had. Now tell us about how it got out to the UK. You have to, I call it spidering it, in our technological department. It's called spidering, somehow getting it out there. You did something to get it out there.
Just probably what I always do. I'm really trying to think about it. That, you know what? And I think that's why my album is entitled Trial and Error. There's so many things that I just tried. Because I don't think that there's no handbook to how to really navigate. Everybody's journey is different. So I figured I would put Sugar Maple in the hands of as many people as I could.
And boy, did you ever. I play
yeah.
the song all the time. It's on our
Right.
speaker all night long. It's like it plays 10 times overnight.
Right, like I just like
You probably don't
everybody.
even know that.
No,
and everybody's
I don't.
listening to it. I told you,
that's
send me your
awesome.
music and we'll get it
Oh,
up there. And so that's
thank
what we do here at
you.
KUHS Radio. We're going to do station identification. We are www.kuhsdenver.com, an internet radio and TV station worldwide. We are UHS World Communications. We're brought to you by GWIS Computers Technologies, and that's who built this station from the ground up. Everything, including the server, the software, everything to push this system. We are not governed by any other system or company. We run ourselves to push all the local artists here in Denver. And we've got a lot of beautiful people on board, and we've got Such in the studio. We just talked to Palence Bradshaw. He's also got some beautiful music. We're going to move this along as quickly as possible with Sue Charles. What's your full name?
Sue Charles.
Sue Charles.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's Sue Charles. Now, how did you come up with Such? And then you just shortened everything down?
Yeah, so I wanted to have a stage name that was still my name, if that makes any sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
So I didn't want it to be too far removed from my name, but at the same time, I didn't want it to be my name. I don't know how to explain it. So one day, I was playing around with stuff, and I was like, ooh, Such. I mean, because really, Such would not have worked. So, yeah, Such, that's not cute. So that's how Such came about. But as I started thinking about the word Such can be used in two ways. To amplify something, such good music, or to exemplify something, such as. And I realized that I want to amplify and exemplify all that's good, beautiful, and real, and put it in my music. So there are two reasons why I'm Such.
That's an analogy that I can't remember. I can remember a lot of things. I can't remember that. I was mesmerized by that. Okay, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, I've been sitting here the whole time with my mouth wide open.
Yeah, it's like
sitting
the
in amazement,
intellectual musicians that are walking in this place are just sitting.
Absolutely.
Okay, so check this out. Now we're going to move right along to talk to her about a few other things. She's got this new album, Trial and Error.
Mm-hmm.
Trial and Error, we can kind of tell just by the title, Trial and Error, that it's been a trial and error. I'm trying to do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that's why you came up with that title. And I do notice a lot just looking at some of the videos or watching you live, and a lot of the pictures, you have a keyboard player there. I know who he is. Now that's your husband, right?
Yes.
Now
it
let's
is.
give a shout out to your husband, Judas Priest. He's got to be listening.
I got to give a shout out to my husband, JC. Yes.
Now JC is your keyboard player. He's got an
Mhm.
awesome knack for the music, composing the music and stuff, and helping you through it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you don't do the arrangement or rearrange the music, it doesn't come out. It doesn't flow.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have two female vocalists that just come up, step right up, and know your game.
They sure do. I love that.
And they know how to step up and do it.
Yes,
So
they
you've
do.
got horn players, but I noticed that you sub them every now and then.
Well, my horn players are mostly these two brothers, Jimmy and Mike Chiesa, and they're awesome. And my band pretty much is actually like the same. My girls have been singing with me ever since I've been a solo artist. And I actually both met them at 2 different churches that I attended. So I've known them both for a long time.
Really nice.
Yeah, which is really great.
So that band stays together. It's tight. It's functional.
Yeah.
And you know you're gonna have your oohs and ahs and I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean your family. So you know the way family is. That's how we.
The only thing you guys don't like to share is like the food. You got some food, go get your own.
Right.
Cut that out. I know you guys do that. I mean,
right.
And so let's move on with something from Trial and Error. If we've got it up there, I don't know if she sent it to me or not. If she didn't, she wasn't on our game with me. She was probably.
I sent to you.
Where is it up there? We got Trial and Error up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, you don't have Trial and Error, but I could. You have songs from Trial and Error.
Yeah. Okay. As long as we have a song.
Yeah, you have some. You want me to pick one?
Yeah.
Okay,
one.
I want to do P's and Q's because that features another American Idol alum who was a good friend of mine. One of those
Really?
lifelong,
On this?
yeah,
Oh,
one of those
nice.
lifelong friends that I told you about.
Once you cross paths, you never give it up.
He's
And
awesome. His name is Anthony Trico.
Now he's doing what in here?
Oh,
vocals?
he's doing vocals.
Of
so
course.
it's a duet. It's
Ooh,
called
nice.
P's and Q's.
So this is P's and Q's off Trial and Error off Such's album, and it's such a beautiful song. So stick around. We're going to go ahead and play this for you for all those listening, streaming our radio side, our audio side. Listen in, and then we're going to go to the video side and kind of chit chat a little bit. And then we're going to have to call it short because she's looking at me with the eyes that I've got to call this done. We've got people waiting, people to see. So we're going to play this song real quick for you. And then we're going to take a quick break from the video, just real quick, me and Jesse. And probably even Such. We're going to take a quick picture.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Go ahead and play this song, Jesse. I think you can hear me in the control. I want to take a picture with Palence.
Man, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that intro. Really good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, our executive producer hates it. She's afraid of me, I tell you. Come on.
I'm not afraid of you.
In here too.
One more.
We're gonna be on. We're gonna be.
I know. I get you, girl. I wish I was tall.
No, it's good. It's good voice. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. Yay.
Get some water, go back in.
I'm good.
I'll get up now. I gotta go back. I gotta get back to work. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I don't. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
We'll be
Be
singing
listening.
together
Be listening.
sometime.
Oh,
Sounds,
yeah,
I'll be playing your
sure.
stuff.
Huh?
And
Be
then,
listening. I'll be
Oh
playing
man,
your
I'm,
stuff.
just,
for
I'm
sure.
about to play it on the way home. I gotta go back and finish mixing. Yeah, I did.
I swear, you remind me of like, the straight up neo soul, Erykah Badu and Tennessee and all
I
that.
love them.
if you're
You
listening,
can hear it. You can hear it.
I'm checking out this new song
Yeah, you can
by
hear it.
Such. It's really an incredible song with one of her alumni from American Idol. And it sounds incredible. If you get time to hear the song, we're going to be laying it up there. I think I already laid it up there on the all night stream. And Such doesn't know that I do, but I do. She likes to send me all your music, and your music's flowing, and request is big. So We put it up there 10
Next
times
Friday,
for
make
you.
sure you listen to me because I'll be playing some Such and Palence Bradshaw both. So make sure.
At the, where are you going to be? I mean, they just called you today and they
Just
put you on
call.
the
I got
phone.
the
That's
Tierra.
all. I said, I
coming to
lined
town.
you up and then you looked at me. I go, you got the wrong. But, it's all right.
But it's right. We got the gig. I'll be, DJing for Tierra next Friday, the 21st at
nice.
Castleman. So make sure you come out and check that out.
That sounds great.
Opening up the show. So let's get back to the audio portion of this, and we're going to call it, try to move as much as we can into this for Such.
Go ahead.
There you have it. Jesus, what a jamming song. I listened to it at night. You probably didn't know that, but I really know the song real well. But I didn't know this part. This was one of our alumni from, let's talk about this just briefly, from American Idol.
Yeah. Matheny Trico, he's absolutely wonderful. He's actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but I also act. Did you know that?
We wanted to touch on everything.
Yeah, I know you
give
did.
us no
I
time.
know,
I know.
We could be all day.
Right. Yeah.
We can't even keep up or say what we got to say in just a half hour, much less talk about it.
Yeah.
Well,
We know you act, and we know you were doing some really. Let's go ahead and go through that.
So
real
yeah,
quick.
so we met on American Idol, and what was so interesting was that it turned out that he lived like down the street from me, and so I sang "Someone Like You" by Adele, and after I sang it, he came up to me and he was like, "Do you act?" And I said, "Absolutely not. There's no way that I act." And he was like, "Well, you should. You should be acting. You should do musical theater." And so later on, when the opportunity came for me to audition for for The Color Purple, I called him up because he has a musical theater degree from Carnegie Mellon, and he helped me through that whole process. I ended up getting the part. I mean, like, we're really good friends, like, for real.
Color Purple on Broadway.
Wow.
Man.
Now check it out.
Who'd you play?
Okay, now let's see if you can remember everything we've gone through, and this is just a touch of Such. Just a touch. The woman has got it going on.
Absolutely.
So everybody who's listening in all across the nation that we've launched this into, and we know New York City is listening in because I've got about maybe 19 people logging in today from New York City. There's a reason why, because we were promoting the heck out of it, and I think Such was watching me promote because this man is off the chain.
You are off the chain. Yes, sir.
So we know how to get that word out because we are a radio station. We're streaming internet TV. Everything's gone streaming, and so we want to get the point across. We have exceptional talent here in Denver, and that's the point I'm getting across. We call you a our breakout artist. There's a lot of them. There's a bunch coming out, and I'm trying to get them all up there. I'm trying to push them as hard as I can through this streaming medium. Okay, let's get off of that part that you're an actress and move one more part closer to what's your next jam. We know you did one last night. God, I told Jesse. We missed that one. We were supposed to be out south. Where were we supposed to be?
It's Cherry Creek Harbor,
You were supposed to be at Cherry Creek.
Unfortunately, we didn't make it out
Yeah, we're
there,
trying
so
to be
shout
everywhere.
out to Havana Blue. Hopefully you guys had a good turnout last night.
Yeah, we hope that you did. We knew that Sue Charles is doing that big one last night. We're going to get some video up there on our website. We got last year's video up there, so we're
so
going
much
to put it.
fun.
We got one of the aerial shots already up on our website from last night, even though you don't know that. You don't
I
know
didn't
what
know.
we're doing.
I didn't know. I didn't
You
know.
have no clue what we're doing. You're just jamming, having a good time.
Oh,
We'd like to be
yeah.
in your spot. Just,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
let's do this. I want to sing. So, anything else you want to share?
Yes.
Just go ahead and share all you want.
Yeah, I'll share. Okay, so my next show is in Chicago. It's going to be this upcoming Saturday, November 22nd. It's going to be at the Harold Washington Theater on the South Side. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be myself and another lady named Angela Johnson, who is awesome, and it's going to be so much fun. My next Denver show, which you guys really, come on, you guys have
You know,
to
wait,
We'll be
watch
there.
this.
Wait,
watch
do you
this.
know?
Wait, hold on. Tell her where she's going to be at the Dazzle.
At the
2
Dazzle.
shows in December. You better get your tickets right away because
That's right.
she sells
Because
out.
she sells it out, yep.
Yeah, she sells it out. She won't even invite me.
I'm
She tells me,
sure.
I don't care who you are.
Can you hook us up on the guest list?
Yeah, I mean, we'll come
You
in
know,
as
yeah, you
we'll
know,
come in
I'll
as
hook you up, I'll
media.
hook
We
you
have
up.
media.
Right.
We have media.
Yeah.
We have
I'll hook
media.
you
We'll
guys
get
up.
in.
Yeah.
Don't think Jesse can't get in. He'll come in with his media credentials.
I'll find a way.
Right,
So
I'm
see
getting
you,
on. I'm
know?
getting to the show, right?
So we know what you're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
Let's talk about
December
it.
12th, December 12th, Dazzle. 2 shows, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock. They're gonna be on point and on fire. I'm excited. Like, we're so ready.
Oh, of course, your band is tight. You're ready to kick it. You're ready to rock it. You're ready to show what trial and error really sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything else? Chicago. I've got some friends out in Chicago.
Yeah, special shout out to them.
I'm
You know,
gonna
they're
make you
listening.
an offer you can't refuse.
Ah!
You probably don't know this, you know? It's like, okay? So Charles,
Yes.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Reach for the stars, okay?
All right.
So, with that said, anything else? Any more shout outs? Anybody you want to talk to?
Oh
if
my
they're
gosh.
listening, hopefully
Just-
they are.
Yeah, I just really want to give a shout out to all my fans, all my friends, all my family, because really without all of you guys, I am nothing. So thank you. Join my journey because it's really fun. It's really fun.
Now, this is an up close and personal exclusive with Sue Charles here at KUHSdenver.com. We're not like Channel 31, we don't give her just 30 seconds. We give you a full hour. Of course, she wanted to do a half hour because of the road conditions out here. We only have a blizzard, like I said. It's no big deal.
No
It's
biggie.
Denver.
No biggie.
No
Right.
biggie. It's no big deal. Jesse, you want to say anything to Sue Charles? It's before we say goodbye to her. We're going to play one last song she'll pick, and we'll call it a day with that last song if she wants to pick one off her list.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. You know, Sue, we just want to thank you so much for coming in. You know, we were talking, I told you, you know, you have that neo soul vibe to you, you know, and,
Thank you.
and that's that's in now, you
Yeah.
know. So a lot of people are listening to that. So, you know, we can't wait to go see you live. So it's going to be a good show, you know, and hopefully, you know, you have all the success in the world.
Thank you. And
We
same
thank you
to
so much for being.
And
Thank you
yeah,
very
DJ
much.
Jesse's been hosting a lot of the big shows in town. You did a couple of the big old school concerts.
Being,
that-
yeah, how promoting them.
Yeah,
and
so
you
you've
know.
done a lot of the big stuff, and so they just asked you today, called in. I said, sure, we'll do that with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I put Jesse on the
you know.
phone. He just looked at me, what? I go, dude, I got a gig for you. He says,
Give
okay,
me some
where?
business.
Yeah.
Right,
You know,
that
so,
business.
So he's having a good time.
Yep, this Friday I'll be opening up for Tierra at Castleman, so make sure you go to KUHSdenver.com or purplepass.com for more information on that. We got the Legacy Band from Colorado Springs coming in.
Jimmy Abeda's going to be on
Comedian Jimmy Abeda is going to be there, MC Leanna Lisa, and Denver's own Latin Soul they're actually really going to open up the show.
there.
You know, I just warm them up.
Yeah, Jesse.
You know?
Jesse, you've been warming up everybody up. That's why you're here.
Yep.
You warmed up this radio station to such a degree. It's been a success. A big shout out to DJ Razor in the house. We've got the Lenny Sports Show also in the house. We've got tons of people. Skip the Funkologist. I know you're listening, Mr. Skip.
Yeah.
Skip Reeves.
Yep, special shout out to Skip, man.
Yeah,
He's
we
the one
just
that
talked
called me
about
today.
Skip.
Yeah. Special shout out to him.
Yeah,
Yes.
Skip. Me and Skip. You probably don't know this.
Y'all
we
go way back?
to 14 years old.
You're kidding.
I've known everybody since they were 14 years old. Look at my gray hair. So with that, who else we got? Janine Santana, you're listening to. Janine with her
Santana, she's got a show on
Latin
here.
jazz.
Yeah.
And so we've got Terry the Tejana doing Hispanic, Mexican music. Nuevo
Coming
Mexico
up,
and
you know,
cumbias.
coming up soon, you know, to make sure tomorrow though, listen to Canciones de Domingo with me, the best in New Mexico and Tejano music, 10 to 1 o'clock, so make sure you check that out
And
for
all
sure.
those who are bilingual, ándale pues.
Ándale pues.
Si quieres oír el mexicana música más fina, oír del DJ Jesse mañana.
Mañana.
Seguro que sí. With that being said, we're going to say goodbye to Sue Charles Such. It's been an awesome time
Thank
interviewing you. We
you.
kept you over whether you liked it or not.
I know, but you know, I enjoyed myself. Thank you so much for
with that
having me.
being said, we're going to call it a day with what song is this one?
Oh, let's do Bump This. Because DJ K-Bum is local and he's fantastic.
Yeah, special shout out to him, you know.
Yes.
We all know him.
Yes, that's just,
He's
man,
awesome, isn't
Yes,
he?
He's going to kill it
Absolutely.
with this one.
Yeah.
And I like all that background. And he does some stuff on this one. I remember listening to this. This whole album is on KUHSdenver.com on the all-night streamer. The whole album is up there, so if you hear it, you know who it is. So let's
Aw.
go ahead
Check
and
it
say
out.
goodbye to
Absolutely.
Sue Charles. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for
very
doing
much.
this.
you.
You've been listening to a special edition of Music Alive featuring the one and only Sue Charles. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And my name is Henry Archuleta with Archuleta Promotions, a 40-year-old promotion company, for in case nobody knows about that. We are covert, but everybody knows us. So goodbye.